And folks, I need y'all to remember something. I don't know if y'all remember this, folks. I would like to remind you before we break down. We're going to end it Ephesians 5 and 8 real quick. Let me remind you. Do y'all know what was going on in the news before the virus came out? What was everyone talking about before the virus came out? Before the whole earth was distracted with the virus? What were they talking about? You forgot, didn't you? Man, this media campaign diverted everyone from this, folks. Weinstein, Epstein, Pizzagate, pedophilia, politicians being pulled to the carpet because Trump was investigating pedophilia amongst those that were actually dealing with children and all that. Y'all remember that? And all of a sudden the cold came and everyone forgot that the real story was them coming after our children and that becoming mainstream media. And all of a sudden a campaign comes to totally take those stories off. Epstein Island, Weinstein, the pedophilia. You know why? Because also being implicated in all of this was the current president. He was also being implicated in that during Trump's administration, where since they was coming to take him down, he was investigating their pedophilia acts in Washington, Epstein Island, and all that. Right? Y'all totally forgot about that because they were able to distract you with the cold.
The so-called vice president implicated when I think she was running for president.
Yeah, come on.
Biden was responsible for sexually assaulting women and things of that nature.
Yeah, all of that was on the table, folks. But automatically they distracted people with George Floyd, the riots, and all of that. It was off of our consciousness in a moment because they know people. People are fickle. But I remember Pizzagate, Epstein Island, all of that was pointing to pedophilia amongst the elite groups. The politicians as well as the entertainers. They came after Trump and now he had all this information from when they stayed in his hotels. All of that was about to come out. And then the world caught a cold. I'm going to leave that there. Elder Lawyer, let's end it. Ephesians 5 and 8. Let's read it.
Ephesians 5 verse.
All right, so look, here's the deal. They have been desensitizing us since we were born. And I'll give you some examples. Let's start with the big one. Let's start with words we hear all the time and never even think about. Let's start with the word entertainment. To entertain. What does that mean? To bind or hold. To bind or hold what? An audience's attention. Okay, now let's take the word Hollywood. Where does that come from? Well, Hollywood comes from the holly tree. And the ancient Druids back in the day used to take the holly tree, make wands to weave spells, cast spells, or channel spells. And when they needed help, they would consult the magi's or the mediums of the day to help channel their spells to the population. We'll cut to today. What do we have in our houses? We have these black boxes. What are they called? TVs. But if you stop and you say the word television, and when you turn on that television, what do you get? What's the first thing that pops up? A list of channels. And when you turn on those channels, what's on those channels? Programming. They are programming you. They've been programming your whole life. You don't even know it. They do it with your music. They do it with your TV. They do it with your movies. They do it with your games. They have been programming us and programming you since you were little, and you don't even know it because you don't even question it.
Starting in 1900, we entered a previously unimaginable time of modern technology. Advances that allowed the rulers of this world to construct and direct our stories in ways we previously never imagined. As a result, new techniques to control the population were realized. These are the people from the companies that we have trusted to deliver us our news and tell our stories. This has always been about controlling what we as the population think and hear. They help create our culture and influence our society. We as citizens only trust them because as a society, we think that the gatekeepers have our best interest in mind.
This kills the whole time thing, y'all. They taught us that it was 7 days in a year, but they only named 7 days. So where's the other 358 days if there's 365 days in a year? All right. So if they only name 7, that means there's only 7 days in a year. So if it's only 7 days in a year, now I'm confused. So then how many fucking months is in a year? And how many weeks is in a month? And how many days is in a week? And how many, like, all of that fucking changes when you think that it's only 7 days that they ever taught you. So how the fuck is it 365 days in a year? Somebody said it starts over. Stephen Williamson, if you do not use the God gene in you, leave the meat alone and leave the Neanderthal. Let it go. Bro, my brother, think. You said it starts over. Okay. So, since it started over, where he at? Stephen Williamson, I'm not mad at you. I'm just here to awaken you. Let's walk through this together. So, Stephen Williamson said that time starts over. He said it is more than 7 days. They start over. Stephen Williamson, I owe you $100 right now. I'm gonna count my dollar 99 times. I'm gonna say $1, flip it over, $2. I'm gonna keep starting my count of that same $1 over and over again. And I'm gonna count that $1 over and over again 99 times. Are you gonna accept that? No, you're not, bro. No, you're not. You're gonna say, where my other $99 at? So if you're not gonna accept that with money, why is you accepting it with time? Why aren't you asking if it's 300 days in a year, name them bitches? You only named 7. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot say Monday makes the 8th motherfucking day of the year. You cannot turn 7 to 365. You just can't do that. You just can't turn 7, Stephen Williamson, into 365. You're not going to come into the university and be an agent to the classroom. This is the decoding university. We've been live for 500 years. So fuck is you entering the university with Neanderthal history and you trying to dilute the message. Talking about it starts over. Damn brain. And if you aren't able to use it, then that means you are one of those they have walking around that no matter what you tell them, no matter how much proof you show them, they will still be a part of this matrix construct. My people break free from this matrix construct. All right, I'm freeing minds over here, my brother. Let's keep the goddamn lesson going, man. Exit the university if you're gonna come with something, make it make sense, man. Don't be no silly shit. Somebody start over again, and we just decoded that. So when somebody owe you, Stephen Williamson, they owe you more than $1. Listen, I hope we got friends on here together. Because somebody gonna owe you, and I'm gonna tell their ass, whoever owes Stephen Williamson, y'all, give that man, that God, if you owe him $100, just give him $1, y'all, but count it 99 times. He cool with that because he says, hey, $1 just start over, it keeps starting over. You can't say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. Negro, no, it should be a different day. Monday is the same goddamn day. We counted Monday already. Where the 8th day at? In the 9th and the 10th. And the other 358. Fuck. Use your own brain, not the brain they gave you. All right? Facts.
Particularly in job situations. They set black people up. One thing, many white supremacists have concluded that in most cases, or in many cases, black people, non-white people, act according to their emotions. So they know what buttons to push. They just about know when they're going to fire you and how they're going to go about doing it, because they know when they're going to make you angry. They know how to make you angry. They know how to make you laugh. They know how to get you to relax. They know how to get you uptight. So they say, okay, well, we're going to get rid of that fella today. So we'll have him come in, and we'll start telling him this and telling him that and whatnot. We got our own strategies and whatnot. And we have been studying him, and we know that he has a temper. So at this point, this one thing, because white supremacists always study their victims, and they know more about their victims than the victims know about themselves, all right? The white supremacists know more about me than I will ever know about myself, all right? They make it their business to do that. So they can kind of predict behavior. And in job situations, when they get ready to get rid of a non-white person, they'll say, hey, what we'll do, we'll make him mad, because we know what will make him mad. So, you know, about 9 o'clock today, when he does this and whatnot, you go over and say to him this, and this. Now, that'll get him angry, and he's going to immediately blow up. He's going to start calling names and all like that. And today, by 5 o'clock, he'll be fired. So we'll just set him up for that. He'll walk right into the trap. He won't be expecting it. And this happens all the time.
Yes.
See what I mean? So non-white people should be aware of this. When they get ready to get rid of you, everything is just fine, but now he's got a cousin that needs your job, and he says, hey, well, Henry, I mean, you know, that black guy down there, he's got that position, and he's doing an excellent job and all like that. Say, well, but my cousin needs that job. So how are we going to get rid of Henry and do it all nice and neat? Say, well, we'll make him angry. So you know how these people are. You know, they always got a chip on their shoulder and whatnot. They always want somebody to respect them. Mm-hmm. They're real big on respect.
Put some respect on.
So you say something that sounds like you're disrespecting him. He's going to go off. It's not going to be disrespect, because these black people don't even know what respect is. See, they just know what we have told them.
So they set them up, huh?
They don't have a definition for respect. Mm-hmm. They think they do. Okay, so we'll have them play in our hands, just like they do with everything that we relate to them. That's why we're dominant. That's why we're white supremacists, and that's why they're always victims, because they do not think ahead. You know, they only think about how they feel at the moment, and we'll always use that against them.